something about me personally is that I truly love to see other people succeed and do well. I love to refer business to people and I love to make connections. The reason why I invest so much into the company and build out the various verticals of technology and what we're doing is really one reason: to be competitive out there. I never say Joe works for me or Johnson works for me. They're all my partners. And the way I really look at things when I go to work every day is that I work for them.
We are interviewing another amazing member of the Executives Association, Bobby Hotaling. Thank you for joining me and being here with me. I appreciate you joining.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your business, your role, what kind of clients and industries you work with.
So my name is Bobby Hotaling. The name of my company is Hotaling Insurance Services. We are a full service risk management insurance company. We have offices throughout the country. We service everything from construction, real estate, to professional athletes, to people you see on TV every day.
So tell us who your ideal client is and how do you add value to them?
So I add value to my clients in multiple ways. One of the ways that I've built the most value with my clients is by helping them enhance and build their business. My theory always is if I can help you be better at what you're doing and give you opportunities in your business, in turn, my business, which is predominantly placing insurance products or risk management programs, gives me the opportunity to come and do that. So the clientele is really vast. I have clients that are startup companies, and I have clients that are publicly traded companies that are doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year in business.
If somebody wanted to refer a business to you, how do they know that they're a good client to refer to you?
Any client that is a good person, that is building a real business or looking for real protection for their family, is someone who's a good client for us. Someone who's looking to skirt the system, someone who is looking to beat the system, and not looking to partner with the insurance carriers and creating a long-term strategy is not good for us. Someone who is what we're looking for.
Okay, so minimizing risk, helping people build security within their life, partnering with really good insurance carriers, saving money. So how do you stand out from all the other insurance companies out there? Because there's many options to choose from when it comes to insurance. Like how does your company stand out?
So my philosophy is that relationships get you in the door and then service keeps you there. So most people don't like insurance because they don't understand insurance. And then when they have a claim, they're like, well, I didn't even get covered for the claim. So it really comes down to not only providing the programs, the product, and the coverage, but it's really having the ability to be able to, in a time of need, is when people are most frantic, is having the internal claims department that we have to get claims paid. That's the tricky part. Anybody could sell it. How do you get them paid?
Love that. Can you share something about yourself personally, something that helps connect people with you at a deeper level, a hobby, a passion, a pet, something that really people can connect with?
Yeah, so something about me personally is that I truly love to see other people succeed and do well. I love to refer business to people, and I love to make connections, because when I make connections to people, I know they're going to prosper from it, because the person I'm giving them I know is a good person, or I wouldn't give them to them. And the person I'm dealing with, yourself included, Joe, are great people. So nothing better than to watch great people work together and do well. My hobbies are really my business. Literally, I really do this business 24/7. People talk about it, and I say I do it. So anyone who knows me and has worked with me knows that any day that ends in a Y, they can get me on my cell phone, and I'm picking up the phone.
I love that. Are there any days that don't end with a Y?
It depends. I haven't found one yet.
Someday.
But yeah, we'll
Someday.
see. A lot of things changing out there. So
Awesome. That would be interesting if we had a day that doesn't end with a Y. How did you first hear about Executives Association, and what made you decide to join?
So I first heard about executives through Larry Weiss. And then Larry had asked me to go to one of the luncheons, and I did. And I actually was in executives pre-COVID. And the old guy that I am, I'm not very, to me, it's funny because I'm on a Zoom with you right now, but I never did any of the Zooms. So when we were going through COVID, execs everything was Zoom, because no one was meeting in person. So I got called in front of the board because because they say, Bobby, you're not on any of these Zoom calls. I'm like, yeah, I'm really not going to do Zooms. So if you could find someone in my space that's going to do it, I understand and respect that. And they replaced me. And then I was out with Don Gelastino and we were going back and forth. He goes, bro, you really need to come back to execs. And I'm like, Don, I'm not coming back if I got to do Zooms. I'm an in-person guy. That's how I built my business. I said, but I can't do the Zoom thing. And then Don convinced me, and then Larry and Blaine and a bunch of the guys said, you gotta come back. So I came back and I rejoined again. And I will say the second time around was actually a lot better, because when I came back in, I had a lot of clients that were already there. So Tim Shisco was there, Larry was there, Don was there, Joe from Manhattan Signs was there. So, I had a bunch of guys there that I already had known and done business with.
Okay, awesome. So I love that you were a member previously, then you had a hiatus because of technology, then you joined back. How has you been being a member? Like, how has your experience evolved? How is it different now than it was when you initially joined pre-COVID?
I think the group has enhanced. So I think it's a better group there. They brought in some great people. So I feel that the group in general is a better group than it was before. One of the best people, not that he's the best, but one of the great guys that I've been able to build a great relationship since I'm back is Jesse. So Jesse and I, not that I see him a lot, but we think alike. We do a bunch of work together with each other. So I've met a bunch of new great people since I've got back. I didn't really have a relationship with you. Now I feel a great relationship with you. I think you're a wonderful person, and I love speaking to you. You're entertaining, and there's just a bunch of great people there now, right? So I just like it. My downside is that I travel so much, so it's tough for me to be there a lot because my business takes me all over the country. So that's the tough part.
Okay, cool. Did you know that the Executives Association has chapters all over the country? Just FYI. So if you're ever traveling in a city, you could look into seeing, because we're members also of the International Executives Association. So you should look into that when you're traveling. Are you open to sharing something about your family, whether it's about your wife or your kids, your partner, your home life, something that helps people connect with you on a more personal level? So
I'm going to answer your first comment first. I didn't know there were other, I had a feeling there were other meetings or other chapters, but I'd love to hear about the other chapters because I have, partners in other parts of the country. So I would love to be able to do something there. We do it with YPO. We have different members that are part of YPO in different parts of the country. So if we're able to leverage and use this, I think it would be great. As it relates to me personally, I'm going to go with the Larry and Don position. I guess it's the old guys of the group. The greatest thing that's happened to me, it's always great to have kids, but the best thing about having kids is that they give you grandkids. So the thing that really gets me up in the morning, besides what I do every day, which I love, and I literally jump out of bed every day at 5:01. Every day I get up at 5:01 and I'm like literally shot out of a cannon, is my grandson, who is 20 months old right now. And now it's my granddaughter, who is 2 months old. So there's literally nothing better than that, in my opinion, on the family life.
Wow. That's really beautiful. Loving your kids, loving your wife, loving the life that you live, jumping out of bed and having beautiful grandkids. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still a little young for grandkids, but I'm looking forward to it one day. I always tell everyone, it's like, that's a moment in my life that I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm looking at you and Don and Larry and all the other members that are grandpas, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a beautiful thing. I'm actually looking forward to that. Can you describe the Executives Association in one sentence, maybe to a peer, to another, EO member, YPO member, another business colleague? What would you say is the most valuable part of Executives Association in a sentence?
In business and in life, you always need help. Anyone that thinks they don't need help and do it themselves is kidding themselves. The best thing about execs is I could literally reach out and say, hey, listen, does anybody know somebody that can help me with X, Y, Z? And I'm going to get a response. Someone's going to come back and they're going to say, listen, I know a person over here, or I can get that done for you, or, just willing to give a hand with everything, with not a tie to saying, well, if I'm not doing business with that person, I'm not going to help them, right? So it's more of a community where people are looking out for one another.
I really love that. It's 100% true. I mean, I stop into your office every single time I pass by it because I adore your staff and I adore you. And I always hope that I'll find you at your office, but you're you're off traveling. But I feel like it's home. It's, like I feel like the members are home to me. So that's a beautiful thing. And I totally resonate with that. Can you share an example of a connection or referral that you made to EANYC or that you got from EANYC that really helped you in some way? Maybe it didn't generate a ton of business for you, but some connection that you made that was really helpful in your life.
That I was connected to?
Yeah, some connection that you made through the Executives Association. If you look back at your time since you joined again and you think about the relationships that you built, the people that you met, was there a meaningful connection that you made that you want to share?
Yeah, so I don't know that I would say that one's better than the other. I mean, I have personal relationship with certain people that I speak to, on a semi-regular basis, regardless of where I am in the country. But I'll give you, for instance, I moved my office from one part of Manhattan to another, and I didn't use one person outside of execs to get it done. I literally, from finding the real estate, painting the office, to the mover, to the copy machines, to everything associated with it, was 100% done through execs. So that's an accomplishment. It's imagine people go crazy trying to organize stuff. I have a team of people that do it. I'm just like, listen, call this person, call that person, get this done, go there. And I got everything done without going outside of execs. That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. It's amazing that you was able to do that. And you even had somebody measure correctly for you. That was a beautiful thing.
Well, the measurement took 2 times, by the way. The guy was a little challenged.
Yeah, but you got it done. And they did right by you.
And he did an unbelievable. By the way, I love him. He's been doing my stuff way before even execs. He's one of my favorite people. And actually, you see the shirt I'm wearing right now, right?
Yeah.
So that's also done by another exec member.
Yeah.
Mark's amazing. He truly is amazing. He gets it. He understands what I want. And I got to go back and forth with him. I said, Mark, this is what I'm looking for. And I literally get everything through Mark. And I refer him to everybody and anybody I can.
That's wonderful. In terms of like your values, generosity, giving back, being responsive, professionalism, how does the Executives Association values of other members kind of show up in your own business practices? Because I see that you have a lot of integrity with the way that you work. You pick up the phone. You have great staff. Your staff picks up the phone. You guys are responsive. You guys are very generous with your time and your energy and your referrals. How do the other players within EANYC tie into that for you in your own business practices?
Well, as I said earlier, the way I think everyone ties together is like-minded. If you go into an organization, and I always say when you walk in, and I deal with all my sales guys, and I tell them the same exact thing. If you go someplace and I hear guys complaining, I'm not doing anything with that effing guy. I'm not done with this guy. I'm like, why? He doesn't respond. He doesn't give me business. I said, well, what have you done for him? So if you're not doing for the others and you're not going there with an open heart and open mind and say, hey, listen, where can I help you, Joe? Where can I help you, Don? Larry? Who can I refer Larry to? And then I'm more excited for Larry or one of these guys to land the account. I'll follow back up. How'd that go? The one thing I'll say is that sometimes we're all so busy, we don't know what was successful and what wasn't. But I will tell you that I probably send out, and I probably don't do a great job of tracking it, I never leave a meeting without making 5 introductions. I probably send out about 30 to 40 introductions, not just to execs, but in general, with people I deal with. And my concept is connecting great people, and it just multiplies. If you ask Danielle, my assistant, she says, I spend more time sending out introductions to people. We got it down to a science now on how we ultimately do it. But it's all about connecting great people. And that's what execs is, right? It's great people and making connections. If you go with that mentality, you can't lose.
Somebody once told me that networking doesn't work. And I asked them how many introductions they made in the past 6 months. And they said they made 2 or 3. I said, it's not that networking doesn't work. It's that you don't work. I make 3 introductions a day, every single day. So that's a powerful thing. I want to be a conduit of blessing, and I see that you want to be that as well. Can you share with us how you think EANYC is different from other networking groups? Because I know that because you have over 50 sales reps, many of them are in different networking groups, but there's something different about the Executives Association. The fact that you spend your time in there and you cherish it. What's different at EANYC than other networking groups, in your opinion?
I always say it always goes back to the people, right? So the people make the organization. The intent and the direction of the organization is driven by the people. So no different than my company. My people are my company. I'm not the company, right? I'm just the guy sitting here. My company is really the people around me. I did a meeting yesterday and I said, let me introduce all the smart people in the room. I'm going to sit over here and let you guys have at it, because that's what it's about. So execs is about the people. It's not that, this is an association you have to go to. I don't get involved with other associations. So I've been over time, and this is the longest tenure I have with working with one, because I like the people. I like going, I like seeing them. I don't go there, and maybe it's wrong. I don't walk into the lunch saying, well, shit, I've got to get business out of this, or it's gonna be terrible. I'm wasting my time. I go there truly listening to what people are looking to do. And if I can help them with something, then I've accomplished what I went there for. And it will all even out down the road.
What does whale hunting mean to you? Like, if you're in your business, if you can get one massive whale or two massive whales, what type of business is that? What's a whale for you?
So if I get one whale, I want 20 whales. So I'm looking to herd. So a massive account for me is in the New York market, it could be a multiple of different things. It could be a large real estate client. It could be a large construction client. It could be a client that has big connections. It could be an accountant. It could be an attorney that deals with a bunch of other clients that has a big problem to them. That's not a big account to me, but it's how it ripples down the road on what it does for you.
You guys don't just do like insurance for the sake of insurance, like just selling insurance. You do risk management. From what I understand, you really help companies, everything from deciding how their company's risk should be managed and also the executive's personal risks should be managed. Can you speak to like the 360 umbrella you do for high net worth individuals and the way that you're able to help them, because you have so many different practice areas within your agency, everything from like Bitcoin and crypto to personal insurance to business insurance to life and like all the different things that you do. Can you speak to kind of like the holistic approach you take for high net worth individuals for a moment?
Yeah. So what I've done in my career is the opposite of what others, right? I call it the fireman approach, right? If there's a fire in a building, 99% of the people are running out. I want to be the person running in. So when there's an issue and someone's having a problem, I want to be the guy coming to the solution. So we created a company called Tradesman in New York City. It's a general liability company for the trades in the construction space. So anyone that knows construction in New York City knows it's the worst place in the country to get insurance because of all the corruptions and the laws that are on the books that will never be taken off. So I went out and created a program or a company that serviced that need. So as you go out and you see different verticals out there where there's an issue, that's where I'm going to. What's the biggest thing that every wealthy person hates to do, because they do an abundance of it, is pay taxes. So if I can come and save you significant income taxes, if I can save you significant investment taxes, and then ultimately estate taxes, what more can I do for you? That is a direct response to your family and your legacy. So every dollar you give to the government is a dollar you don't have to spend anymore. So my job is to take a look and see where and how I can mitigate that for you as an individual and as a company.
Paying taxes sounds like a risk that you mitigate as well, which is very interesting, the way that you help people with asset protection and all that stuff. In terms of like you being a technology first company, I do see that you're involved in artificial intelligence. I can tell from your LinkedIn that it's optimized well and that you're with the program. You have posts going out, you have engagement, you have stuff going on. And in your company, you guys invest in really good claims management programs and in technology and CRM, and you train your staff on how to use LinkedIn and how to use the internet and how to use AI. Can you speak to why you're so passionate about being a tech savvy, forward facing, AI centric company?
The reason why I invest so much into the company and build out the various verticals of technology and what we're doing is really one reason. To be competitive out there, we're not a small shop and we're not the biggest shop. But we are an independent shop, which is significant in today's world. Most of the companies that are out there in my space are being gobbled up by I call them the alphabet houses, the Marsh, the Aons, the Locktons, the Brown & Browns, USI, etc. So I've got to be much more nimble than they are and much more reactive and productive than the way they are, because they're gobbling up premium dollars, and I'm not looking to do that. What I'm looking to do is gobble up proper clients and proper staff. So I go after the people. I always go back to the people. I said it earlier. I'll say it again right now. It's all about the people, right? I'm the D student, and I hire the A's and the B's. I might not even be a D, so I might be a D minus student.
I was just having a conversation with Johnson. I saw him at the office when I came by like 2 weeks ago, and I told Johnson, a client of mine just that works at another insurance company told me that they weren't really happy working there, and it was a very large insurance brokerage in Manhattan. And he's like, I want an intro right now. I want an intro right now. And I made the intro, and he was very happy that I made the intro. What I'm saying is, you're right. You're looking for top talent to bring them in because you recognize that the best people make the best business, and the best types of clients is not just to try to get every client, but to get the right client. Can you define for us what a good employee is to you? What does that mean to you and your company? Because you have so many incredible employees. What does it mean to be a good employee? What does that mean in your business? Because you really are a people first business too.
So the way I position and look for employees is the way the way I react and deal with the client is the way I want to deal with my employees. So the way I look at it is, I never say Joe works for me or Johnson works for me. You know, they're all my partners. And the way I really look at things when I go to work every day is that I work for them. So I don't come in and say, get this done. We got it. So I am direct on what I want to get done and how I get it done. But the way I envision everything is that I really work for them. I've got to make them as comfortable and as excited to be in my office and dealing with my clients. Because if my employee's having a bad day, we use Johnson. If Johnson's having a bad day and Joe calls in and he's snippy with you on the phone, it's not that Johnson was bad, it was Hotaling was bad. So my strategy is that's why you see all my guys walking around with gear. I buy them everything: shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, hats, gloves, you name it, I buy it, I give it. It has a double dual effect because people see stuff all the time with it on it. So my idea is to make my employees partners. We're all partners in this, because if they do a good job, they have an opportunity to get promoted. They have an opportunity to get bonused out, because retention is really where the business is at in my world. So if I bring a new client on and I lose one, then it was a net zero gain. So the idea is my retention is in the high 90s. We're probably about 98% on our retention, which is great. And our growth rate organically has been unbelievable as well. Then you add in there now starting to do acquisition mergers, tuck-ins. That's what's really given us the real growth.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing all that with us. I think this was a helpful interview for people that want to learn more about you and your business. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to reach you, to connect with you, build a relationship with you? What's the best platform for them to talk to you at, and how do people reach out to you?
So if you want to have a call with me, I answer my cell phone all the time and my text. I never go to bed at night without answering every text and every email. Phone calls are tough because I get so many of them. If anyone wants to meet with me, the best way to do that is through Danielle. I have one of the best assistants when it comes to that. I have 3 assistants that work for me directly. She handles all my scheduling and follow-ups and stuff. You'd be hard-pressed to get someone better than her.
Okay, awesome. So look out for Danielle at Hotaling. Try to reach out to you via email or text. You try to get back to everyone before you go to sleep. That's awesome. Any final words you want to say?
I don't try, I do.
Ooh.
I don't try, I do.
Say more about that. Say more about that.
Yeah. So most people try means that you give yourself an out to quit. So I don't try, I do. So if I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If it takes me a day to do it, or if it takes me 7 years to do it, if I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. The question is the timeline, but I never try. Boys try, men do.
Wow. I love that. I love that. Any final words before we wrap up?
You're an inspiration, Joe. I love watching your, I'm not a big technology guy, as I said earlier, but I love watching your stuff. I watch what you in action, your activity. You always got a smile on your face. So if anyone wants to join execs, you should be the poster child. We should all emulate and have the same enthusiasm that you're doing. I truly, truly mean that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I'm honored that you're in my life. I think you're an amazing human being, a real friend, a real good dude. And I love spending time with you and your team, and I appreciate you being in my life. You're a major asset to the association. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do for all the members. I did a couple of other of these interviews, and in almost every interview, your name was mentioned as a person of influence. Don Gelastino said how much money you saved him and how you changed his life. And so thank you for being such a great pillar in our community and for being such an incredible, giving, wonderful human being. And I look forward to seeing you very soon and giving you a big fat hug.
I appreciate that. All right, Joe, you have a great day, brother.
All right, bye. Thank you for being here.
Be well.
Ready to expand your opportunities? If you enjoyed this interview and would like to know more and be part of us, join a trusted circle of New York City's top industry leaders. Apply to join EANYC today.